Good morning to you. We'll have so much more coverage from Italy here in the Olympics this morning, but our big story here at home, whether you can see outside or not when you hit the road. Welcome in here at 6 o'clock on your Monday. Fabulous weekend weather-wise. The results of that now this morning, the very thick fog we're seeing. We even have school delays.
That's right. I know at last check was about 8 that we were seeing coming in. I'm sure they're going to continue to come in. Have you heard any more, Matt?
26 now.
Oh.
Wow.
So they're definitely streaming in. We'll probably get more and more into about 6:30. That's roughly the cutoff a lot of schools have to make. But this morning I was driving in and I saw a family deer by the road. I'm thinking,
Oh, no.
This morning?
Yes,
You had to do
exactly.
it this morning?
Go home.
It
Go
is,
home.
yes. It's tough to see. I couldn't see him until I was basically right in front of
Crazy,
him.
yeah.
So you may have the same kind of problem as you're headed out the door this morning. What a crazy cool shot though. Looking downtown, this is our camera tower and we're looking back south towards the skyscrapers. If you're up there at the penthouse suite, you can see perfectly fine. You would see this sea of fog all across central Indiana. It would actually look really cool. But it's also illuminating the fog on the top. You can see we're a little bit more lit here on the top, but you get down here where we are, it is thick this morning. It is tough to see. We're under a dense fog advisory until 10 o'clock this morning. Right now we're in the 30s and there's barely any wind out there this morning. Over the course of the morning, the wind will start to pick up out of the south, which will help us get to the upper 50s today. It's actually going to be a really nice Monday. That wind will mix away the fog, but until the wind picks up, we're expecting the foggy conditions. You see a lot of zeros. Those show you places where we're at a quarter-mile visibility or less. It is tough to see. And you can see where the school reports are coming in with school delays. Most of them kind of to the north and to the east of Indianapolis. These are the public schools that get automatically populated on our mapping system. But watch as you're headed out the door. More delays are possible. Make sure you keep your headlights on even after sunrise so that other folks can see you. It may not help you out as much. But Lindsay, you've been watching an incident all morning long on the west side.
Yes, and we've got our Anna Chalker. We're going to go out to the actual scene of the crash here in just a minute, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to get an alternate route here because we do know that the ramp is blocked. Here's a foggy view from a distance from I-74 at I-465. That's basically where Crawfordsville Road and I-74 meet up out there on the west side. So I want to flip this over to the maps and show you where this is located. It's 465 northbound to I-74 westbound. So there's Crawfordsville Road. Recommended alternate route would be to utilize Crawfordsville Road. That also is known as 136. You could take that, runs parallel all the way up to Ronald Reagan Parkway, where you can then take that and re-enter I-74 westbound. We're also following a crash near downtown along I-70 westbound at West Street. There's a live look downtown. Things are a little bit slow moving all across the area this morning.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, this morning we are following developing news on the city's west side.
Yeah, the story that actually Lindsay was just talking about, that accident with a large police presence near 465 and Crawfordsville Road. A crash with a person we know was trapped inside a vehicle for a time. It started before 4 this morning.
Our Anna Chalker, she's been live at the scene all morning long. And Anna, what can you tell us right now?
Well, Matthew and Julia, within the last few minutes, we did get an alert from INDOT telling us that there is a crash here that happened behind us that did lead to an injury here. Again, trying to figure out exactly what led up to that, but it's still a very big investigation here. We're here off of the Crawfordsville Road entry ramp onto I-65 and 74. So let me move out of the way so you can see this scene here behind me. I know it's really foggy, hard to tell, but still quite a few police cars out here. Some of the INDOT Hoosier Helper vehicles out as well, just trying to block this area here. It is, again, up on a ramp, so it is hard to see exactly what's going on, but that INDOT alert telling us that a crash happened here that did lead to some injuries, but the ramp onto Crawfordsville Road to this interstate, you really can't get onto it. And what you're looking at now, that is INDOT cam from when this scene first happened around 4 o'clock this morning. I mean, just a large police presence out here. We were able to get up onto the ramp to be where we are this morning, but they have blocked off the rest of that throughout the morning. Now, I will tell you, there is a lot of traffic starting to pick up on the interstate because of the morning rush hour starting this morning. So there has been a little bit of confusion of where people are going to be driving around. We've been noticing that throughout the morning, but there are these INDOT Hoosier Helper cars out here with signs trying to get people through the area. But again, back here live on I-465 and 74 off of Crawfordsville Road and Speedway. Police looking into a crash that led to some injuries here, but still trying to figure out exactly what led to that, the investigation into this as well. But as we get more from police after we've reached out to them multiple times this morning, we'll be sure to bring that to you.
All right, Anna, thank you. Well, after a mass overdose downtown last week, many are looking for ways to help those struggling with addiction.
Yeah, so some are going out, passing out resources and providing more long-term care. So the Salvation Army's Adult Rehabilitation Center is just a few blocks away from where this mass overdose happened. So it houses men for 6 months to a year with recovery counseling, weekly meetings, and classes.
Now, Captain Greg Eller says he understands how hard it is to ask for help, and that's why they want to provide as much as they can in one location.
Even me, 17 years sober this year, I know what it's like to be out there, but I also know what it takes to get better. And there's a lot of life to be had on the other side. Please come talk to us.
The center also gives out food, clothing, and medical care, all with the hope to get people into long-term recovery. Well, this morning we know 6 people are under arrest after an incident recovering after an incident on Lugar Plaza in downtown.
Yeah, so Metro Police shared these photos of the drugs they say they found at the scene. So out of the 6 arrested, 4 were drug-related offenses and 2 were for warrants. Police say 1 person was arrested for allegedly using drugs. These arrests come 3 days after a mass overdose at Lugar Plaza sent 6 people to the hospital. Now, police have not confirmed if these 2 incidents are connected.
An Indiana high school secretary accused of having sex with students is now off the job.
The Randolph Eastern School Corporation says that she's been removed from all duties pending the case's outcome. The 31-year-old woman was arrested over the weekend on a preliminary charges of child seduction, so she's no longer listed as an inmate on the jail's website. Police say her husband found her with an 18-year-old student. She's also accused of having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old student.
The district superintendent released a statement saying, in part, "We recognize the situation of this nature are deeply concerning. Please know that we share those concerns and are taking this matter with the utmost seriousness, care, and urgency."
This morning, we're learning an 11-year-old girl is dead in Hendricks County, and her father and stepmother are now under arrest for it. The sheriff's office says they were called to a home on US 40 just west of Plainfield around 1:30 Saturday morning. The girl was reported as unresponsive and died at the scene. Jail records show the girl's father and stepmother are still being held without bond on preliminary charges of neglect of a dependent, resulting in death.
Well, this morning there is no clear path to ending a partial government shutdown.
So we know funding for the Department of Homeland Security expired Friday night. So congressional Democrats in the White House filed to reach the deal to fund the department through September. So that means about 90% of DHS employees are working right now without pay until a deal is reached.
So Democrats want change to immigration operations as they are right now after 2 fatal shootings in Minneapolis last month. Congress is in recess, though, until next Monday.
Well, last week we told you Immigration and Customs Enforcement were planning to open up an office in Carmel. City leaders confirming the location will be near 96th and College.
And yesterday we caught up with Representative Andre Carson. He shared his thoughts about ICE setting up shop here in central Indiana.
I'm deeply concerned. I think Indiana is a very unique state given our history. We were a stop for the Underground Railroad, and to now attack these people, attack these human beings, attack these folks who have contributed to our society without due process, it's unacceptable.
No word on when or why ICE is setting up a Carmel office. City leaders say they actually were not talked to about it in advance and had nothing to say about the move.
Yeah, here in Indianapolis, Mayor Joe Hogsett also told us yesterday that he's not aware of any plans for ICE to come to Marion County. Of course, we do have more information on our website at WTHR.com, as well as a statement from the Department of Homeland Security.
Well, yesterday, a major honor for an Indianapolis woman for bringing history to life.
Yeah, Crown Hill presented Ophelia Wellington with the Julia M. Carson Community Award.
I'm proud to present the 2026 Congresswoman Julia Carson Community Award to Queen Ophelia Wellington. Thank you.
So Wellington helps educate people about African American history through a living museum she founded. Actors and singers traveled across the state to tell the story of the Freetown Village, an African American community on the city's west side. So that was a great event. I was actually also the MC for that event yesterday.
Yeah, it looked like a
so
lot of fun.
Glad to be out there with them all. Hey, Matt.
Hey, good morning, you guys. I saw you post a little bit on social media there. Hey, no reason to call the engineer. This monitor works. You just can't see anything. It's super foggy out there this morning. Dense fog advisories all across the state. And then with the warm weather coming this week, there could be thunderstorms. We'll let you know when.